Jake Paul, maybe?
Easy. Too easy.
It's too easy.
Too easy.
That's right. Gervonta, Tank Davis versus me, baby.
It's not over just because you fighting Jake Paul. Jake Paul ain't no type of demon. It's not like he about to go in there with Godzilla. You about to play around for 8 rounds, 2 minutes with a dickhead. You know what I mean? No disrespect. But, you know, with somebody that think they know how to fight. This is a still.
Boxing fans, imagine this. Floyd Mayweather finally breaks his silence. And what he says about Tank Davis. Fighting Jake Paul might shock you. Is this fight about glory or just money? And more importantly, could it actually damage Tank's legacy forever? Let's break it all down. Floyd Mayweather has finally spoken about the highly anticipated showdown between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul. His words carried weight, and he didn't hold back. Mayweather praised Tank's explosive power and incredible skills, calling him a dangerous force inside the ring. But when it came to Jake Paul, Floyd's tone shifted, questioning whether Paul's rise is based on real talent or just the spectacle surrounding his celebrity persona.
Boxing has gone too far. Jake Paul is taking on Gervonta Tank Davis in an exhibition bout this November. The fight will be taking place in Atlanta between the cruiserweight and the 135-pounder, nearly a 100-pound difference between the two guys. This is absolutely insane. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below.
Position crystal clear. Jake Paul does not belong in the same league as true champions. While Paul has built a massive fan base, Floyd argued that years of discipline, skill, and sacrifice are what separate fighters like Tank from entertainers like Jake. He even warned that if Tank takes this fight, it's only for money, not legacy. In Floyd's eyes, a win adds nothing, but a loss could be career-destroying.
But Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Have you been impressed?
But one thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it.
Is he? And Floyd, there are many people who believe you're the most talented fighter ever. Period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents, or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Insiders in the boxing world share that skepticism. British heavyweight Dave Allen dismissed the matchup as pure spectacle, predicting that Davis could flatten Jake with ease. Promoter Eddie Hearn added that Davis may be chasing the money more than meaningful victories, suggesting that Tank might already be checked out from the serious side of boxing.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195. It would be an exhibition.
Okay, so it was going to be an exhibition, not sanctioned, but no restrictions. You can knock each other out and shit like that. It was going to be at a catch weight of 195 pounds, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I've been trying to figure this out. Why was I a Tank hater for wanting to see Tank go up 5 pounds to get some smoke with like Teofimo Lopez or something? I just wanted to see him go up 5 pounds and fight Teofimo Lopez. And all of you are saying, you want Tank hurt, Showbiz. You a hater. You want him hurt. Then I'm convinced, okay, he's too small, but he can fight Jake at 195?
Allen went further, pointing out the huge size gap. Jake is a cruiserweight, while Tank is a lightweight. That kind of mismatch, Allen said, disrespects the sport's credibility. He believes fans deserve real competitive fights, not sideshow exhibitions that look more like entertainment than boxing.
This might be happening in an exhibition. Thing with Jake Paul, I think he's a good area title level fighter, and that's a good level. Like, you can be proud of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's good. But the Mike Tyson fight I didn't like. The Chavez fight was just farcical because he's 11 years past his best, up 6 weight divisions. But less of a problem because Chavez wasn't in his 50s. Fighting the MMA guys, again, he's fighting people that don't do the same, that they're not even in the same sport. But while they're a bit older, they're still not in the 50s. So all that stuff, I won't really watch any of it. I think I've watched one fight against Tommy Fury, the only professional boxer in and around his prime years, and he got beat. But I think his area title level, I think he works really hard, I think he trains hard, and I don't think he's a bad fighter at all. I don't think he's a good fighter, but he's not a bad fighter. For his experience, he's not bad at all. But Gervonta Davis is a lightweight. So, by all means, if they make a few quid and nobody gets hurt, then great. But I certainly wouldn't be paying a penny to watch it. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous, farcical. Who wants to watch an exhibition? Gervonta Davis is in his prime years. Why is he wasting his time? Why is he having a rematch with the fella he got a draw with? Why is he not fighting? Why is he not going up a weight and fighting Lopez and Garcias and them fighters? Why is he fighting Jake Paul in an exhibition? I get the money's great, but he's in the prime years. This is his best year. This is where he can become. Maybe you don't want to be an all-time great. Maybe you don't want to do all that stuff.
Boxing writer Keith Idk also fired back at the media, saying the idea that Tank is ducking Jake is nonsense. According to him, Davis has a real obligation, a rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. That fight is about championship credibility, not circus hype.
Well, I think as we discuss this, we should use air quotes when we call it a fight, because I don't see how any athletic commission, in this case the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission, could sanction this as a legitimate boxing match. I think it has to be treated as entertainment to some degree, because you can't put someone they're 65 pounds apart in weight for the most part now. If you look at the cruiserweight limit and the lightweight limit, even if Jake Paul somehow got down to, let's just say 180, and I'm not sure that he'd be able to do that at this point because he's fought so high in weight. Let's just say he got down to 180. They're still 45 pounds apart in weight, and that's just not safe. So if this were to be treated as some sort of, even though they're calling it an exhibition, a legitimate athletic event, I don't know how you could do that, because it's just not safe for someone that big and someone that small to fight each other. That's why they have weight classes. And I just don't understand. I do understand that Netflix is into tentpole events, and people will watch this because they're into the spectacle of it all, and it will draw eyeballs. But does anything that anyone pitches that people will watch, does that make it a good idea?
UFC President Dana White had a slightly different take. He admitted Jake Paul has promotional brilliance, drawing attention and new audiences to combat sports. He even praised Logan Paul for doing the same. While Dana doesn't see Jake as a top-tier boxer, he respects the brothers for bringing eyeballs to the sport.
Jake said that I snort cocaine, that I'm a cokehead. My rebuttal to that was, I'll tell you what, you can test me for the next 5 years for cocaine if I can test you randomly for performance-enhancing drugs the next 2 years. And I never got a response on that. But other than when me and Jake Paul have gone back and forth with each other, I've never said anything to defame him. And then when he was talking about his fights being fixed, I don't think that people are actually saying that they're predetermined outcomes, that they're fixing the fights, with predetermined outcomes. They're saying, if you're fighting a 60-year-old fucking guy that can barely walk to the fucking ring, right, and almost died 2 months before that, it's almost like a predetermined outcome. That's what they're fucking saying.
Jake Paul enters this exhibition with serious physical advantages, standing 6 feet 1 inch and weighing about 65 pounds more than Davis. Jake's size and reach could cause trouble. Tank may have the speed and knockout power, but the exhibition rules and weight gap may tilt things toward Jake. His confidence and strategy could make this fight closer than fans expect.
Man, this fight has to be the most talked about thing that's going on in sports right now. And this fight has made us all hypocrites, really, and I'll tell you why. Also, I got to tell you guys who I think will win the fight and why I think Jake Paul wins the fight. I think either Jake Paul wins or it's a draw.
No.
No way.
Nope.
Since it's an exhibition, and we'll talk about that. When you saw at the beginning, this fight is just impactful. And as boxing pugilists, many of us, we hate this shit. But as boxing fans, You want real shit, right? You see, Tank Davis versus Jake Paul. But then what you really want is what you're getting out of like Brian Norman Jr. and Devin the American Dream Haney.
Show me my bitch here. Show me my bitch here. Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here. Shut up. Shut up.
Security here. Fuck.
Shut up. Shut
What
up.
the fuck your security, nigga?
I don't
We right here.
Yeah,
We right motherfucker here. Bitch ass
nigga?
motherfucker.
You a bitch, nigga. You a bitch.
Shit.
Yeah, all right.
You have Gervonta Tank Davis fanboys. I'm talking about huge fans of Tank turning over on him. I saw Tank Davis fans put up pictures of him as a clown and shit. Like, this is crazy. And I get it. I totally get it. But at the same time, it has revealed a huge amount of hypocrisy. Because guess what? With everybody talking about this fight, and I see people talking about the fight who doesn't even watch boxing, especially those who don't watch boxing. Let's keep it real. This is a fight for the casuals, okay? But at the same time, with so many people talking about this fight, good or bad, the way the internet just erupted and all the socials just went crazy, this fight is going to be one of the biggest fights in history.
Lamont Roach Jr. is furious. He blasted Davis for chasing Jake instead of honoring their rematch, accusing him of putting money over legacy. Roach argued the boxing community deserved closure after their controversial draw. He even hinted at fighting Shocker Stevenson if Davis keeps dodging him.
I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.